Just what you get, bro.
All right.
It's got like something to do with fucking X's in his eyes. Dude, hold the crystal. Hold the crystal, bro.
Bro, it feels like I'm on a bonfire.
Oh, shit. Bro. That. There you go.
What the?
Bro.
Wants to go and die today? Damn,
Yeah,
boy.
dude, shit's
he went
deep.
extreme, son.
Shit's deep.
Yeah.
You ready?
I like it.
I like it.
Shoot it.
Okay.
Woo. Welcome back to another episode of On a Mental Note, a coffee table tiles podcast where we discuss on how to change, grow, and evolve your mind.
What kind?
Today, me and Crail will be talking about how to improve your focus. So sit back, grab a coffee or a drink or a crystal, and enjoy our show. Woo! Come on, bro.
Why, bro? You brought props and shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm a big believer of crystals.
Fucking
I told you, bro.
Carrot top over here.
I'm gonna be all metaphysical and shit. Fucking bring crystals.
Bro, the crystals messed you up, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You got all
It made me
nervous.
I was all like fucking mumbling the words and shit. I kind of got lost a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, you did, because you're too worried about the crystal and the
I
camera.
know the crystal. Hey,
I don't know.
I like
Every time I think of crystals, I think of Napoleon Dynamite.
why? Which part was it?
Remember, like the dudes on the AOL and they're like trying to get that fucking time zapper or something, and he's like, "You got the crystals?" No,
Oh, yeah. It's been a while since I watched that movie.
That movie's-
Yeah. It's classic. It's a classic.
I
Vote
didn't
for
like
Pedro.
but
Vote for
it was
Pedro.
like the second or third time I watched it. It was kind of funny.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Improve your focus.
What's your focus in
And what?
your
Life?
life? What do you focus on, bro?
My Lambo.
Hell
No.
yeah. Do you polish that shit?
Every day, like clay bar it.
Turtle wax, bitch.
Have you ever clay barred a car?
I've seen someone do
Oh,
it, but
so much work.
it's a lot of work
It works good though.
because it's like you have to use the bar and you fucking rub it, right?
You clay it, yeah.
yeah. It's weird. It's like you're soaping a fucking car.
Or a board or surfboard or something. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, but improve your focus, man. I think I don't know. I got OCD, man, so I got to try to.
Oh, so you're a creature of habit. You like a routine and stuff like that, right?
I like a routine. Well, when it comes to certain things, like a routine, like for working out and doing things like that, just because it manages my time better.
Yeah.
But focusing is like something I'm constantly trying to improve on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always feel like the number one thing I do to improve my focus. What's the number one thing you do? Wait, what's the number one thing you do to improve your focus?
Fucking get rid of distractions, bro.
100%.
You know,
that's what I do.
Like, especially if you want to work on something, whether it's a project or this podcast or something that you really want to do, and you know that you have to do it because it's what you're tasked to do. You pretty much have to get rid of whether it's texting or the social media and fully focus on that. Remember, previous episode I was talking about it's easier to give 100% than 98%. I know your math
Bro,
is gonna go fucking ape shit right now, and you're about to fucking throw your headphones and this fucking rock. But giving 100% of your focus into a task will elevate that task or finish that task faster.
Are you a multitasker? Do you think you like to multitask?
I hate multitasking, you know,
I don't
but
like
I still do.
I don't think it's
effective.
I don't think it's conducive to a good work environment.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
multitasking. Yeah, I don't like multitasking. I like to. I'll have a list of tasks I have to do, but I like to prioritize what I gotta spend my time on.
Mm-hmm. How do you prioritize based on what?
It depends. Like for work or
like for example, in preparation for this episode.
Oh damn!
Damn,
Bro,
put you on the spot, bro.
Why you gotta throw me under the bus?
Yeah.
Why you gotta hit
Damn,
me
boy.
with a crystal, bro?
Man, just ask the goose, man.
Yeah. Okay, what was the question?
The question is, how do you prioritize things, whether it's work or family
Yeah.
or your day-to-day life
Well,
process?
I think for me, like the important thing. So let's say you asked about this podcast, right? The important thing is how much time you want to devote to it, and then realize you can set that time frame. So
Yeah.
let's say you wanted to do, I don't know, an hour, right? But maybe you don't want to do it all at one time. That's okay. Like I think you break it down. Like, okay, I'm gonna spend 20 minutes on this, get done with it, and that gives you time to refresh, and then do 20 minutes a little later.
Yeah, I think the 20 minutes is the best timing to actually progress, because if you go above and beyond, like for an hour, you get burnt out.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, I don't want to do this.
I do that for reading too. Like I'll read one chapter and then I'll stop. I'll read another chapter and stop. I used to do like I used to do 20 minutes and then I was take a 5-minute break and then 20 minutes, 5-minute break. When I was reading a lot of stuff for school or a lot of case studies, they take a long time, right? So by 20 minutes, I'll take a 5-minute break.
What is your viewpoint on focus based upon our society now and our?
I think we just have too many distractions, right?
Yeah.
And we're going in so many different directions. I don't think most people don't have a clear path. But
Yeah.
distractions are plentiful, right? Like
Yeah.
we got email, we got a phone, you got a watch,
Fucking screens everywhere.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking looking at my watch. I got a screen. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
I
my
got a
phone.
watch
I got a screen. I got an iPad. I got a screen.
Everything.
I got a laptop. I got a screen. I got a TV, and everything is on, and it's all over my fucking face.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
So
have it.
much
I don't have it all
distraction.
at the same time though.
Yeah, I've done that. It was
Yeah?
fucking weird. Like
I can't do that.
I've caught myself doing it, and I'm like, holy shit, how the fuck am I productive right now? I'm not.
How do you do it at work?
Well, at work it's different because the setting is different.
But
you
is
know?
but do you think that's true, or that's just how mentally how you distinguish the different places you're at? Because when you're at home, you're in a more relaxed state, right?
Yeah, you feel more safe, and then you're not really being whether evaluated or looked at, managed, and like I think at home it's easier to be distracted and easier to just relax and chill and throw away time
Yeah.
because you're safe.
Yeah. I do think that the technology is great, but it's also very distracting because you can, like, how we always talked. I think we had a few shows ago, but we had you can go on social media, or let's just say the internet. You can go on the internet and find whatever you want to find.
Yeah,
You want to find dirt on someone, you'll find it.
exactly.
Right? You want to find something great about somebody, you'll find it. You'll find whatever it is you're looking for. And so I think if you don't go there with a plan,
Yeah,
like whether it be on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, whatever it is, if you don't go there with a specific plan that you want, you're gonna get drowned in that.
like
in that
strategize on finding that answer that you're trying to find based upon the words that you can compile up so that you can ask the Googles.
Well, I got none of that statement right now.
No, like because like there are certain things that you need, like when you type in keywords and stuff.
Yeah.
It pops up on Google.
I don't know. Mine never does that.
Really?
Yeah.
I always try to find keywords on what to ask Google so that it'll properly, like, okay, the first page, it's right there. And how often do we ever go to the second page?
I do it all the time.
Oh, you do it all
Yeah,
the time? Oh, shit.
just-
So you like digging bodies and shit?
Yeah, I like to go like I like to go like 5 or 6, page 5 or 6, just to see what's over there.
Because someone was like saying the best place to hide a dead body is in the second page of Google.
Makes sense.
Because nobody ever goes there. Only a few. Very
Yeah.
few.
Well, I think we go there and we're trying to like expedite whatever it is we're looking for. We want answers fast. That's the problem. Like as a society, we want everything now.
Yeah, we don't think anymore.
And like a great example, like in the food business, like you want bread that lasts 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In other countries, they get fresh bread daily.
And they leave their eggs outside.
Do they?
Yeah. I went
You
to
know what's funny though? Here's funny. It comes out of a fucking chicken's ass, but we put it in the fridge.
Exactly, yeah. And we were like so afraid that it might hatch, so we put it in fucking fridge.
And it's not, the problem is it's not the same kind of egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to turn into a chicken.
Yeah, because it's not fertilized.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
They just lay their eggs everywhere and then just fucking eat it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's food. Like it's like milk. Only animals that have given birth lactate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, like mammals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a cow's a mammal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But
And
it's so weird that we
drink it, you know?
and we fucking.
I always like that. I always like the thing that said, "Who's the first person that found that you can drink from a cow?"
It's like, oh, let me suck this cow's titty.
Yeah.
Oh, it
But-
tastes good. Tastes
You know,
like
they have like goat milk and all that other. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Uh-huh.
But I think we want everything now, so we're creatures of like, hey, give me information now. I want it all now. I don't want.
There's no patience, and we just wanna think that success is based upon luck.
Well, you look
know?
at like a lot of the topics that are very polarizing today, right? Like viruses or whatever. Nobody wants to read a case study.
Yeah.
Everybody wants whatever the media says, and I think people are finally catching on. Like, hey, maybe I should do my own research. It might take some time, but
Yeah, right now it's like people are just lazy. They just want a quick like a minute YouTube or something like that.
I don't know, man. I can't watch long ass videos. You can? Can you?
I can.
Oh,
Yeah, I can.
Oh, I can only if they draw my attention, but I think that comes back to focus, right? Like,
Yeah.
what is it that you're trying to focus on,
Yeah.
right? Because let's say I'll go to Netflix and I like watching documentaries,
Yeah.
and so I feel like I have a different mindset for watching documentaries than I do like some series, right?
What type of documentary do you normally watch?
You know what? I like anything that's like based in real life. Like I like watching. I like sports.
crime shows.
Some of them, some crime shows,
yeah.
but that's a little personal. Some of that stuff.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I do like. I've been watching a lot of like the ESPN documentaries, or like Netflix has a bunch of good ones called like Malice. And had one about Malice in the Palace, like a fight at the basketball game was really good.
Oh, okay.
And they're about an hour and a half. I was like, perfect. You know?
I like documentaries that involve nature,
Yeah.
like animals, or like one of the previous documentary that I just watched recently was The Amazing World of Fungi.
Oh, I think I did see that one. Yeah.
It was very interesting, and you're like, holy shit,
Yeah. But what, like, you look at that, like, the technology is amazing to be able to do a lot of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or I used to watch those fucking animal ones where they would show the birds dancing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like those too, because it like kind of excites my imaginative part of my mind, where like I could be creative and stuff.
Yeah, I do watch. I did watch like I would watch How I Survived. Do you ever see that one?
No.
That one's wicked.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it about? Like
Surviving a traumatic, like something crazy. Like a couple of them were like, a lady gets kidnapped and the guy is just gonna kill her, and then how? But no, it's crazy to think about. But the one common thing in I think how it relates to this show is the people that are able to do it is because of their mindset.
Yeah.
Even in that experience, right? Like they still had the ability to fight. And whether that fight's internal or against a person, they still had the ability to do that, right? And so, like if you watch most things I watch now, I watch them mindset related because I'm like, man, I wonder how people are thinking about it.
Yeah. What about psychology aspects to like human psychology and stuff?
As far as what?
Like as like the psychology of a psychopath or a sociopath and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's so weird, right?
Yeah, it's so weird, but like it's very interesting because it's out of the norm, you know?
Yeah, and some of them are like, I don't know, some of them are crazy. Yeah,
And
I think I watched a documentary about that guy who was the mailman. Like, I think he was in Compton and he was like killing all those hookers.
oh yeah,
Yeah, you hear about that?
I think I've heard about it. Yeah,
And they caught him because his like granddaughter took a 23andMe or something, and her DNA matched. Like it was like the match for.
Damn.
They're like, hey, this DNA looks very familiar to
but
this
it's
murder.
decades later, right?
I mean, the guy was still alive, so let's just say it was like some from 20 years ago. But the DNA from the crime scene kind of matched hers. Like it was a 50% match. So they're like,
That's so crazy.
I know.
How they fucking tracked that all the way back.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's the granddaughter of the fucking
yeah,
this
so
dude.
crazy, right? Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Hey, my grandpa been murdering people.
I don't think that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I don't know. Just I guess it depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, in the concept of focus, it's also the concept of law of attraction and manifesting what you want in life. Like, so what I think about is that I like to paint, and I visualize the painting before I even create it, right? But before that whole process of visualization, I excite my mind by actually either watching documentaries, watching something that is similar to what I'm about to do, and then afterwards, like I visualize that painting.
Hey, focus on not hitting that mic, bro.
What? So I visualize the painting, and then from there, that's when I take the colors or the paintbrushes and the tools necessary to create that painting.
So you're saying that in order for you to focus on painting, like what do you watch the documentary for? What does it help you do?
Like, for example, like
for
I watch
inspiration.
For inspiration to like excite my imagination. You know, because sometimes like you kind of like you can't just approach something and just do it. You know, sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't.
You know, I think there's a lot of different things like hand claps. You'll see them in pro sports, and you'll see them at our gym too. But like, you know, those hand claps that people, you know, that we do, you know what they're for, right?
What?
They're to reset your brain so you focus on the task.
That's interesting.
You didn't know this?
I never knew that. No.
So in sports, it's a very common. You'll see it in football all the time. They'll go in the huddle, and the quarterback, let's just say the quarterback's your mental coach. He's in there. He's like, "Hey Jeff, you're gonna run down 10, cut over," and then you're like, "Run down 10, cut over, break."
Okay.
Right, and so now you've wiped everything off except what you guys just talked about. In class, we do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So we show the technique, and then we do 1, 2, 3, clap, and that's really to reset you. So, because at that time you're not thinking about anything, and I think a lot of people do that. I would never forget it, man. I was when I was an inspector for the commission. I was doing Robbie Lawler's fight. I watched that dude reset his brain and focus on the task at hand, which was fighting. It was so fucking weird. It was so awesome to experience it like this close to the guy. But I watched that dude turn in from a normal guy to a guy who's gonna just fuck somebody up. Yeah. Or not even that. Like it's kind of both ways, because there's a guy standing across you or a girl if you're a female fighter, but it's the person across you that is going to hurt you. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And so those are the things you have to like focus your mind at the task at hand, because you can't be like, oh shit, did I feed my dog?
Yeah,
right? That's how I am at night though. Fuck, dude.
Your mind wanders around, and you're like, shit, man, what the fuck? Did I
lock my car?
They say one way to kind of like stop that type of thinking where like you're like going everywhere.
Don't have a car.
Well, technically, yeah, but you backtrack and always create like checkpoints. Like for me, like before I leave my house to go to work, I always do this.
But that's like a
it's the same thing as
structure. Yeah,
it's like
but that's like a structure thing.
Yeah,
you're not high-fiving yourself in the mirror anymore.
No, I do. I still do. You know, and
why you roll your eyes, bro?
And to be honest, I do forget sometimes, but I do remember it in the car. So I look at myself in the mirror and I high five myself. Still, you know?
I wonder why we forget things. Do you think it's a lack of focus or lack of like
brain pills, bro? We don't have brain pills. Shit.
I know. I had I had written it down. Actually, I did. I written it down, but like because we were talking about like one time like pre-show like we were talking about nootropics.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right. And so,
do you take nootropics?
I don't take them. No. You do?
Yeah.
No, send that shit back, bro. They're not working. You're walking around rocks in your pocket,
bro. I'm gonna explain.
Those aren't the kind of rocks from my hood, dog.
I'm gonna explain the reason why I brought this crystal in there. Yeah.
But focus is interesting because I think it's very perception based too.
True.
I'll give you an example, like video games. Okay, so if you talk to somebody about video games, like let's say you have a 15-year-old and a 40-year-old, right? A 40-year-old may be like, oh man, video games just pollute your brain. Until you try it, and then you're like, fuck, there's like 38 buttons and like calculations and moves. Right? And I always feel like that makes your brain work together, because you're like so many different things you got to think about. And I think it's very underrated, you know?
Yeah, it is a underrated hobby per se, because I used to be a gamer. I used to stay up like 3 nights, and
only 3?
well, yeah, like maximum because I start burning out, you know.
Yeah.
But imagine, I always imagine like life is like a video game, because due to the fact that I always play RPGs is like role playing games, and you play a character and then you build them up over time.
Like, give me an example of a game.
So
Like
Final Fantasy,
Like Call of Duty.
No, Call of Duty is a FPS. It's a first person shooter. And,
Why gotta be so negative, bro?
Well, no,
that's role playing. Maybe
it's-
you want to be a
it's-
first person shooter.
Yeah, it's a role play too, but it's there's not really much that you could do to build your character up besides getting customized guns and stuff like that, right? But
How about GTA, bro?
GTA, you could say that. Yeah, you fucking put the cheat codes in God mode. I always do that. Fucking just punch a dude.
I just go around punching people till the cops follow me.
Chased by fucking 10 cops
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, and then I get the biggest truck I can find, like the semi, and I just keep going.
I just unlocked the fucking tank.
Oh, there's a tank in there?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
tank, fucking jets. But anyways, going back to the RPGs, is that my life, it feels like a RPG where
Okay, we gotta you gotta say what that is though,
so it's like
because I'm thinking rocket propelled grenade.
yeah, it's a role playing game, role playing game. It feels like that where the character you're building, which is myself, has certain status bars. For example, like endurance, strength.
But how does that work? How does that help you focus? What?
No, in the essence of trying to upgrade a skill or trying to finish a task, you know, like video editing or something like that, right? So what I do is that I experiment. You know, I just experiment. I try things and then see what's going on. Or for example, nootropics. Let's go back to nootropics. I do experiment. You know, I take different types of fucking pills, see what works, and see what.
But how do you know though? How do you know what works? So here we get to the science aspect.
All right. Okay. So I don't know whether it's a placebo or not,
Or a
but
placebo or nocebo.
yeah, or nocebo, but it does help me have clarity. Before I got to this podcast, I actually took some. You know.
Oh my fucking.
See, you're rolling your eyes.
Oh
but,
shit,
but
bro!
I'm just,
the
I'm
fucking
just,
crystals.
I'm just saying that it gives me clarity, and if it helps me, then so be it.
Okay,
you know?
so but how do you know it works though?
My performance is different per se.
I'm not impressed with your
You're
performance.
not the professor. What?
You know what that is?
No.
Oh, that's GSP. Remember GSP?
Oh, yeah.
That was my Canadian accent. Sorry, bro. Came out real Latin.
French Canadian, bro.
French
Canadian.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I think it's weird. I think if you want to focus, you can, and if you don't, you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's if you have something in task, like if you have something that you have to do, for example, okay, let's say you need to fucking clean your house, right? You need to do the chores that needs to be done, like clean the fucking room, vacuum clean, and sweep the floor or whatever. You have to be focused, or else it's just gonna fucking take forever, you know.
Or you have to make it a habit where it just,
Yeah.
you know, you're talking to me about that I like to have a certain structure or a timeline for things, but I think that a lot of that's just habit.
Yeah, it is. It is
know?
habit. It's the process of automating things.
Well, I think you want to just make them so your body knows how to do them already, right? But
yeah,
I think like focusing, like on I guess it just depends on what we're focusing on.
yeah. I mean, like focus is like somewhat like whatever target we look at. That's what we're gonna do.
But how about meditation? Let's talk.
Meditation is a type of focus too.
Okay, but I'm saying like, so when you meditate, you're really not thinking about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you focusing on?
Your breath.
But you're gonna breathe anyway. Your body's gonna breathe anyway.
But
you don't have to focus on that shit. Same as blinking. You don't have to focus on it. Your body's gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, it's a automatic process, but at the same time, when you meditate into nothing, you will gain something, or lose a lot of things.
No,
right?
no. I guess the point I was trying to make is, like, if you're focusing on something, typically you're paying more attention to that particular task.
Yeah,
But when you're meditating, you're not paying attention to any task, right?
yeah.
Like the goal is to like not think about anything.
Mm-hmm. Empty your mind
Yes.
so that you can get rid of a lot of stuff. like anger, anxiety, pain, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so like I believe that meditation is very necessary for everybody.
Oh, I think. Well, I think we just live in a fast pace. I think, especially here, you probably know a little more than me because you come from an island where it's probably a little slower.
Slow,
yeah, less like less
We
things to
we
do
don't
work
have
on
time,
daily.
bruh.
No, but like honestly, like there's less things to worry about, right? Like where are you gonna go? Shit, I'm on an island, you know. But I just think we have too many distractions here.
Yeah, we do.
We get too many things.
So many things to do, dude. So many things.
Do you so when you grew up on the island, how many pairs of like jeans did you have?
Actually, come to think about it, I only had two.
Okay, so here's
Only
okay,
had
so you know where I'm going,
throughout
right?
High school, yeah.
Okay, so the thing was like I was like shit, I didn't want a pair of socks till I was 12, right? So I really didn't have to put much thought into socks or pants. Like I didn't own I think I owned 2 pairs of pants. I was gonna sing a song right now because I own 2 pairs of pants with my brother I share.
Who?
But like you don't have to put much thought into that. But now you're like, you got to think about your wardrobe and what pants you're gonna wear, and like there's so many like different distractions that we get daily. And the more, let's say, wealth or the more money you accumulate, the more things you buy, right?
Yeah.
Like we had like I did have 2 TVs when I was growing up, but one was the TV and one was the speaker.
Oh.
You know, because the TV didn't work on one, but the volume works, right?
Oh, okay.
But we didn't have
Those
like
box TVs. And
yeah,
shit.
It was like furniture, you know. But we didn't have that many distractions. Like right now, we have so many options, so many options.
But in the context of being successful, how do you think you do it or other people do it to become successful? Like, how do they switch their focus from the distraction to just pinpointing that goal that they want?
Well, I think it starts with that path, right? You got to be on that path, right? And so, unfortunately, sometimes that path will consume you.
Yeah.
Right. But it does make you not want to have distractions, right?
I think it's based upon what you really desire, right?
Or what you want. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, you know, I think I had posts to talk about like you're partying on the weekend to forget about life and
your real life.
Yeah. But I think that's okay. And some people, I think this depends on how you look at it. You can swing it both ways, right? But I think distractions will keep you off a path or on a path.
I think distractions are necessary, though. In my opinion, distraction is necessary to just, have a break from whatever you're trying to focus on.
Or maybe it's a way of
resetting.
Like nature telling you, like, hey, give yourself a little break.
Chill
right?
the fuck out,
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, the only time when distraction is, like, bad is when you abuse it.
Well, look, in fighting, you get a 1 minute distraction period.
Really?
Yeah, of course, in between rounds.
Oh,
right. If you really think about it that way,
yeah.
Because if you're engaged in a fight, you're fighting for 5 minutes, and you get a 1 minute in between rounds.
What's the distraction about? Like, is it just the coaching part, or like drinking water?
I think because you're not engaged in the initial task, which is fighting. Even though you'll hear the guys talking to their corners and stuff, you still got to. Like your brain is still thinking like, hey, this guy gonna kick me, take me down. I gotta punch him back, hit him back, right? But when you're sitting in the corner, you're not worried about interactions from another person, right?
Yeah.
So there's no threat. So I think sometimes when we focus, like the amount of focus we put in depends on the threat, right? Let's say it's your job.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you better finish this report by 8 o'clock today, man, or you're done tomorrow, right? So you're going to clear everything because you don't want to be fired.
Yeah.
So now there's a threat, like, oh, shit. And I think that's really what happens
especially when there's something to lose, right?
Yeah, or just anything that's going to, like, it may not harm you physically, but, like, it could be emotionally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's damage to it and something that you might regret in the future.
Yeah, like, hey, we're having dinner tomorrow at 6. Don't be late. Right? And then... What if it's 6:30?
Everybody's fucking late. What the fuck? Come on, bro.
Right, but it's like 6:30. You're like, oh, damn,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think I think the focus depends on what priority you give it internally.
In goal essence per se, like if you want a Lambo or if you want a Tesla diesel.
How
How do you focus yourself into fulfilling that into actually manifesting that visual image in your head?
Well, first of all,
How do you do it?
Well, it costs money.
Yeah,
Right.
it does,
So,
yeah.
essentially, you're either gonna have to save money somehow, and I think if you have a pie, you're gonna have to take that pie and move it around, right? So the slice, like the saving slice, may get bigger. The distraction slice may get smaller because you don't have time. Like, well, hey, I can't go out for the next 38 weekends or whatever because I gotta change the oil on my Lambo.
Yeah, it's true. Like, you have to make some sacrifices in order for you to get that.
But I do think it can overconsume you though.
It
Because
can.
I've got to, like so I don't know, I want to call it 2-3 years ago. Like I was like, I think like I feel I work out all the time and I'm fairly active and stuff, but I don't, and I hang out with like some athletes and some fighters, and I look at these guys and they're freaking ripped, and so sometimes you feel like you're not like physically you're not where you should be, right? So one day I said, all right, man, I'm just gonna meal prep every day. Right, so I would meal prep all my meals for the week, and I was cutting down weight. Like I would not eat anything with my meal prep.
Fucking chicken and rice.
A lot of chicken and rice, and I don't mind. I can eat chicken and rice every day. It doesn't bother me, right?
Yeah.
And so I think when I started doing that, the problem is you start like people like, hey, you want to go out? No, I gotta eat my stuff. And then I wouldn't mind. I would go to people, bring my own food, right? And some people find that weird.
That's mad discipline, bro.
Well, it's staying focused without letting the distractions deviate you from your task.
Yeah.
Right? And most people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like anybody can have 6-pack abs, right? But you got to put the fucking work in.
Yeah, for
Right.
me in that concept of like goal setting, it's okay to like deviate a little bit, but don't over deviate. Because I always think about it as like focusing on something, like especially when you have a goal in sight. I always think about it as riding a bike. Damn, that rhymed. But like there's balance. You have to have balance. And if you feel like you're going offset a little bit, don't go too far because you're just gonna fall off, right?
Let's get a tricycle, bro.
Get some training wheels.
Get some
Fuck
training
it.
wheels, yeah.
Steal it from a kid. Fuck you, kid. But yeah, like I always think about it as riding a bike, where like if you over deviate, you fall off. But if you just a little bit, but just come back on track, it's okay.
But what gives us like why do we think that's okay though?
The reason why is because you have to balance everything in your life too. You can't just, like you said, it over consumes you. It consumes the fuck out of you.
Oh, dude,
especially
I was
when
going to
you're-
the gym all the time. I was like at the gym all the time.
Yeah, but like,
Then I got too skinny. I was like 100. I was 157 pounds.
damn boy,
ripped.
shit.
And then like I had to buy new clothes, and then like then after like a year later, like I put the clothes in the dryer and it all shrunk. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I can't wear this medium.
Fucking ripped this shit. But the reason why I say it's okay is because we can't be too hard on ourselves.
Why not?
I mean, you can.
Said who?
You can if you want to be.
I think it's okay as long as you're not beating yourself down for it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
As long as you're not robbing your happiness. If you're not happy doing it, don't do it.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that.
Why? Why do you think so?
Because I think sometimes you have to make yourself uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Dude, trust me. If I'm on the treadmill at a like 15-degree incline and I'm running, I'm not fucking happy.
Yeah.
I'm really not. Like I hate to tell people, but like there's nothing happy about running up a hill. Right?
But you do have a goal in sight, though. In the end, you do know what the ending is.
You know what? I don't really do it that way in my brain. At least I think I take every workout. Every workout is a task within itself. Because I think sometimes if you think too long term, you end up burning yourself out.
Yeah.
Right? Or you don't see the results. Like people, let's say weight loss, right? Everyone wants to lose weight or everyone wants to do things, but like you're like, all right, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds by this date. But like, how about we start by, hey, fuck, I'm gonna lose a pound a week.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna lose a pound in the next 2 weeks. Right? Like the goal is small and then you can just keep adding to it. And then it keeps you focused.
Or let me do one push up every time I pass by my door or pass by fucking mirror or something.
Yeah, I think when the gyms and everything closed down, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a treadmill. So I got a treadmill, right? And I started off like, cardio is a great example of focus.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah.
no matter where you're at in life, if let's say you don't do no cardio, like you're gonna have to start somewhere. And if you don't think so, get on that treadmill and try running at like 8 miles an hour. You gotta find out real quick, right? You will go, right? And so I think it's a great the treadmill is a great example of how you have to stay focused.
Why you running, bro?
I gotta stay ready, man.
Why you running, bro?
Stay ready.
The cops are gonna come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think you have to focus. You have to have a big goal, but you have to focus on the little tasks.
Yeah, you gotta do a little bits and pieces, and you can't just build a castle in one day.
Yeah.
It's a compound effect. Like you said, start off small. The most menial tasks you could ever think of that that would benefit you in the future. Like when you say you go on a treadmill and you run, right? It's grueling and it fucking sucks.
The first mile sucks.
Yeah,
every time, I don't care.
Yeah.
I have to talk myself into it, but the first mile's trash.
Yeah, it sucks, but in the end, you already know that, okay, though it sucks right now, I know in the end it's gonna benefit me. This is gonna build me up into having more endurance, and it makes me feel better.
Well, you'll see that in a lot. You'll see that in sports too, right? Let's say like we'll talk about a black belt. A black belt's not hard to earn, right?
Just show up.
Just show up. It just requires time.
Yeah.
But along the way, people will have excuses, right? Or life changes. I understand life has changed, but if you wanted to make time, for sure, you're going to sacrifice.
Yeah.
You're gonna sacrifice. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice. Everything's going to have a sacrifice.
Yeah. Especially if you really want to, if that's your main goal, you compete, and then,
But I think everything has a sacrifice, and you just have to be like, is it worth it or not to you? Right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say a job, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you like where you work, but you got an opportunity to work in another city far away, and you're like, fuck, man, I'm going to lose all this shit I like. But is the goal... Like, is the job worth it enough for you? And some people be like, yeah, it's worth it,
Yeah.
Or I'm like, hey, I hear this work in big corporations. A lot of people say like, oh no, well, California is different, but a lot of people are like, oh, I used to live in Chicago and I moved here because I got this opportunity. Like, yeah, I'd move here too and shit from Chicago. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
It's like, so you have to kind of justify it to yourself, right?
Yeah. And not only that, it's kind of like it gives you that perspective of like adventure where like, sometimes change has to happen in order for you to grow and also in order for you to have a story to tell.
Yeah. Change is tough though.
Change is very tough.
Yeah.
It's very tough, and it happens in my life a lot, especially being a person who traveled everywhere. I came from a small island. I moved to Philippines, which, of course it's another island, but, and then
You're right, man. You are an island boy.
Yeah, so I moved from Saipan to Philippines, and then back to Saipan, and then from there I joined the military. Stayed in Chicago for 6 months.
That's an island
training.
too, bro.
And then I went everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was changes constant, and you're like,
were you there in the winter in Chicago?
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
bro,
I went there for graduation because my brother was a medic, right? Dude, I got off the plane. That wind chill,
Woo!
cut right through you.
Fuck, it feels like razor blades too.
I just had a shirt like this, bro.
Damn, boy. It's like negative fucking 30.
Dude, that wind chill. I never experienced it before. That wind chill, man.
Yeah. And then it's so crazy because in Great Lakes, the base over there, the fucking Buds guys, where they're going to be spec ops, they're just wearing shorts and t-shirt, bro. I'm like, damn, boy.
But that's mindset, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's all mindset. I'm
but
like,
I don't know.
damn,
But
how,
I think
do you do that?
I think you have to train yourself there. It's like, it's like cardio. The point I was getting, like, you start off like doing 5 miles an hour, right? And then you just build up over time. And so let's say a year later, you're at 8 miles an hour. But people don't see that.
Yeah.
Right? They don't see you started at 5.
Yeah.
That's why so many people like those those glow up stories, right?
Yeah,
right.
The underdog story.
Yeah, or you'll get them on the feeds where the guy's big and then he's ripped, or the girl's heavy. Now she's she looks good, but everyone likes that story, but no one likes to put the work in for that story.
Of course, they just want the pinnacle of whatever they want.
Yeah,
they want it instantly, just like you said.
Well, like Goggins, right? You look at him, dude. I can only read between the lines, but the amount of time he puts into staying in shape, consumes his
lot.
life.
Yeah,
right. I
it's a
think he's
lot.
had several relationships. Right, like he probably doesn't see half his. I don't know, but
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like people don't see that part of that story.
But he's a abnormal human being because he goes through pain and he embraces the suck.
But I think
I mean,
everyone
yeah.
does to a certain extent.
Yeah, to a
right?
certain extent, whichever your priorities are, right?
Yeah.
Like if your priority is family, then of course you invest yourself in your family. You focus on that more, and then it builds up.
Yeah, and then also I guess it depends on what you I don't want to say drown your sorrow in, but like what your medicine is, right? So some people have like this relationship what they want with food, right? They just like to eat food.
Yeah,
And they get big. You
Yeah.
know? Some people like to drink, then they become alcoholics. Some
Yeah.
people smoke, and then they're all
How do you like? What would be your advice for the type of people like those where they want to get in shape but they can't because it's so hard for them to get out of the whatever addiction they have.
Yeah. Well, addiction's
What would-
tough, man.
What
I
would
think
be your advice?
Yeah, I
like
think-
just a simple advice. For
Yeah,
you.
I think you have to find the root cause. Always find the root
Yeah.
cause, and you don't have to tell anybody. The problem is that everyone wants to know everyone's fucking information. You don't have to tell anybody shit.
Yeah, you don't.
But as long as you know what the root cause is,
you can
then you know.
it.
Yes, and then you know what your triggers are, and then you start to like, okay, like I know if I watch a sad movie, I'm gonna fucking have a drink. Well, then don't watch a fucking sad movie, right? I mean, it's not that easy, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
when it comes to like weight loss and stuff, most people overeat to compensate for something, or they makes themselves feel better. But it's I don't know.
For self-development wise, I believe that like especially digging into the root cause, like the traumas that has been experienced in the past from childhood and growing up, I think it's focus, especially focusing on improving yourself, improving your mindset, improving the things that you need to do to become a better human being in life. You have to shine a light on the things that is wrong with you. Because if you don't do that in firsthand, and then you just literally, I'm gonna just fucking dive in and just fucking do this because I think it's right.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work. You're gonna fucking
burn
fall.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna fall and eat shit.
Yeah.
So like,
Wow, that's excessive, bro.
well, technically, like, and what happens is usually when people do that, it deters them from focusing on the true goals that they have to do.
Yeah, but I think like I honestly, I think you have to answer the root cause inside.
Definitely. Yeah, you have to focus your light, or you have to focus the thing that you need to do. Like you put a spotlight on.
Well,
that
some situations are like I don't know, man. They're so deep that you're not gonna be able to answer them with one thing, right?
Yeah, you can't. You
Yeah.
can't.
But I think I read somewhere like you've got so many habits already pre-programmed in you, and you have to replace one habit with another,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
So-
Yeah, the process of maturity is unlearning the things that you've learned in the past.
I think I read in a book, and it was like the best quote I read, and it says, okay, so like your life's fucked up. Let's say you had a fucked up life, and it's like it's this fucking dirt road,
Yeah.
and it's fucked up. And then the older you get, and like you start to like, you can go to therapy, you can address it. You start to pave a new road next to that dirt road, and so now you have this new nice paved road. But
I
you're
think we
all
talked about this.
yeah, you're always going to see that dirt road, right? It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, so I think you have to be realistic in your approach. Like, if you're going to focus on something, just know that those things that distract you are still going to be there.
Yeah.
There's some of those things are always going to be part of your
Yeah.
life, right?
It's always gonna be in hindsight, and you always know like, okay, it's there for a reason, because it's a process of learning.
Yeah.
Because if you've never failed, or if you never gone through struggle, how the hell are you gonna improve?
Yeah. Our brain is so weird, man.
If you're constantly winning, like if you win all the time, like there's no improvement. You can't.
what?
No,
Bro,
seriously. Like
bro, you're talking
like,
about you're talking like you're second place right now.
No. Like if you think about it, like in the concept of
You don't know who DJ Khaled is?
DJ Khaled.
You know what he said?
What?
All he does is win.
Woo! I'm a win.
Yeah.
But like for example, in the concept of since you're in a fight realm, concept of fighters, like if they keep fucking winning, like it's kind of hard to like keep that up, because there's no improvements in a way.
Well, I think that depends.
Failure needs to happen in order for you to improve. But that's
I don't know. I think you can still keep winning and improving.
Yeah.
Right. You just work on things differently, or you make yourself more efficient. You know, I know like focus seems to be like focus always seems to be a big issue, especially like, let's say, like with school. So I think they're kind of similar to the concepts, but I think like when it comes to like learning and stuff, you just kind of have to do the same. You have to take, like we talked about, take away distractions and devote your time to whatever it is that you want to do is going to make you better or not.
For me, what would your like ideal like process of focusing in school? What is in your mind when you focus in school?
I think you like with schools a certain amount of time, so you have to know that
you have to allot it, right?
Yeah. Well, no, just in general. Like, let's say you want to get a 4-year degree. Okay, so let's just say it's going to take you 6 years. That's okay. You just got to know, hey, it's going to take me 6 years at my pace, right?
What about like, I want to have good grades? Is that good enough too?
Yeah, but how do you get good grades?
Yeah, you fucking study.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's it. Study, or you surround yourself with people who know, right?
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
Like you know, you talk about networking,
like study groups too.
Yeah,
like,
study groups too.
Like that's very important.
You'll see it like a great example. Let's say in a class, right? And if you're paired up with a partner, who wants to really do the moves, makes you do it.
Yeah.
Right?
I've noticed that. Yes.
You notice, right? And so sometimes you'll find someone in there, and you guys both like your styles will mesh together really well, and you know, like, okay, I'm gonna get a lot of reps in with this person.
That's true.
And if you can get one that just wants to fucking talk all the time, right?
I mean, it's fun too.
No, but do you know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. But you're not improving anything.
And so it's really, I think it comes down to like what you let into your circle, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, and I think that's true for life, right? You're like whatever's in your circle is going to dictate what you do. If you hang out with, like they say, if you hang out with 4 alcoholics,
you're gonna be an alcoholic.
You're gonna be the fifth one. Yeah.
Or if you hang out with 4 billionaires, you're gonna be the 5th one.
Yeah, or you know, anything like, and I think that's the importance of like the tribe mentality, right? It helps you focus on the task. Like, I'm not a big CrossFit guy, but I know CrossFit has this tribe mentality, and so you can look at CrossFit people, and like they'll have 1 or 2 people who are great shape, and a lot of people that are just normal people. But that's a great focus point for them, right?
Yeah.
So
aspire yourself to be like someone. You know, like have someone who you admire, and then like, you know, for me, like I see you as my mentor. You know,
fuck up, dude. You didn't pay your fucking bill last month, bro.
No, as in like as a friend, and then like as a person who is successful. I see you as a mentor.
Oh, thank you, man.
Because you know, you have a lot of things on your plate, but you still, dude, you fucking balance all that shit. And it's
what options do we have? What options do we have?
Well, you do have options, but you know, you just stay focused on whatever's in task and whatever's in mind. You know,
being a loner is a great thing, bro.
It's not necessary. Well, yeah, it is a great thing if you don't want any distractions.
Well, I don't know. It just depends. I think I think it kind of boils down to the society we live in now, right? There's so many distractions, and I think so many people. Let's say, okay, great example. Let's say this podcast, right? We sat down at a fucking boxing ring talking about it. No, really.
Yeah,
right.
we did.
We sat down at a boxing ring talk about it, and
we didn't box though.
We didn't box.
I will fucking lose.
You'd fuck me up, bro.
You know, fuck me up. But anyways,
with those big. Anyway, so like you can sit there and talk about it, but if you don't put that shit into action, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Whether it's one person or 2, right? It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And so I think
it takes 2 to tango, bro.
Well, even if it's by yourself, you can do this whole setup by yourself, right?
It'd be weird.
Like I knew a dude in my jiu-jitsu class who was like reading these fucking weird rhymes. I think he was fucking on acid half the time. I was like, what the fuck am I hearing, bro? With like weird music in the background and shit, bro.
Talking to crystals and shit.
Talking to crystals. You put little eyeballs on them and shit. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want something, it takes time and effort. If you go look at our fucking sponsor, Cauliflower Nations page, you can see the evolution of a brand, dude, right?
Yeah, that's...
And so, but that... You can see it on there because it's like photographed and written on there, and you can see the evolution. But we as people, you can't. You can see a picture, but we have to constantly evolve to be better. Right? I'm not the like I was talking about. I'm not the same dude I was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Some of the people wouldn't like me 20 years ago. I mean,
I would punch myself 20 years ago.
but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like that's who we were to survive in that time, right?
Yeah,
But
because time changes.
Yeah.
And the environment changes too.
so
over
the goal
time.
is like if you really want to do something, it's okay. Like you said, it's okay to fail. We can sit here and like, hey, we tried it, it didn't work, or we didn't have, or you don't have the revenue or the time to do it. That's okay. You just got to be realistic with that. Like, oh yeah, I tried that 5 years ago, it didn't work, but this, now I'm ready.
How about have you ever set a goal and failed?
Always.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
There's no problem with that.
During that goal setting and during the process of trying to reach it and trying to bring it into fruition, what was your like emotional content at that moment?
I think the number one thing for me is you have to be realistic.
Yeah.
Right.
No. I mean, like, how do you feel at that time? During the times of the actually doing it, what were you feeling? Were you excited? Were you happy doing it? Were you?
I don't know. I can't pinpoint a thing. I just know that I always try to be realistic about whatever it is. Okay, so let's say you want to go to Yale. You can probably, if you got good grades, you can probably make it. But just know it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you have to be okay with that, right? And so
You gotta sacrifice something.
yeah. And so I think you just got to be realistic with the goal at hand. Like you can't will yourself into a Lambo.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Right. Maybe you can on credit, or like the problem is like you go on social media and like all these fucking people are lying to you. They're all lying to you.
Comparison is the robber of happiness.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare yourself to others, and the only person you should compare yourself with is the person of you yesterday.
And some people are not that happy.
Yeah, they're not.
You know what I mean? Like, and so I like those new ones that you see, like how they Photoshop all the pictures and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, they fucking take out all the cellulites.
Yeah,
and
all that
shit.
stuff. And I think like all that stuff really affects your image and yourself and your focus, right?
Yeah, it does.
Because you're chasing something that's not realistic or attainable. Right.
Well, it is attainable to a certain extent if you actually hyper focus yourself into actually doing it.
Do you think you're going to have a body with zero cellulite?
Well, you can get close to it.
Well, yeah, you're going to die right before death.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, in order for you to stay focused, you have to be realistic, and you have to understand like what the end goal is.
Yeah.
And the end goal's got to suit you, right? I mean, I don't know this, but let's just say, like if your parent wanted you to be a nurse, and you
Damn, that's fucked up, bro.
I know.
Well, my mom wanted me to be an accountant.
Okay,
but,
so let's say your mom, let's say your mom wanted you to be an accountant, but you fucking hate money.
I said, "Fuck."
Like you hate counting. You know what I mean? Or
hate
hate numbers.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not good at numbers.
But do you know what?
Yeah.
Now, can you become good at numbers? Yes, you can train yourself.
But it's gonna be a grueling process.
Yeah, and some people are okay with that, right?
Yeah. Well, some people
You
are
see
okay.
that. You see that in a lot of cultures, right? Where like, hey, you're gonna do this, and this is what you're gonna do, and so they devote all the time and money into that, and they do it. But are they happy?
Yeah, it's
right.
You have to. They're sacrificing their own happiness and their own true self to just like become this something that their parents or whoever envisioned.
Yeah. Now,
It sucks.
well, you look at people who make tons of money at work and they're never home, right? Like,
Yeah.
they have a big ass house, they have tons of cars, they have like, but they're never home.
Yeah.
So like, there's like, where's the balance?
Yeah, the focus is like you have to focus on this task if you want to do it, and then focus on other stuff too.
Like, it's like you watch those videos of like people's number one regret.
Yeah,
right.
That's very.
And what do they all say? Oh, I wish
family,
I would spend more time.
More
right.
time with family, because money can be replenished, but time can't. You can't, get back time. If you lost the time, especially if you're living with someone who's of age, like, dude, time is precious.
Yeah. Well, just in general,
especially in this world,
In general, you can walk outside, get hit by a car. You know.
Yeah.
So
going back to like that concept of actually goal setting and actually visualizing and stuff, for me, like in the concept of painting or whatever goals that I want, I actually not just visualize it, but I feel it.
You ever done a painting? You ever done a painting? Let's say you watch your Mickey Mouse documentary. Or whatever. You ever done a painting and then like not liked it?
All the time, dude. I'm the worst critique for myself.
No. Well, I think in general we're our own worst critic. But like, I guess the reason I say that is because you spent the time and you were focused, but the task it didn't get to where you wanted it to go.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I try to do it again. You know.
But that's important, right? You didn't just give up, right?
Yeah, I just didn't give up. I see it in a way where like, okay, this was a utter complete failure, or it didn't came out how it should be. Okay, let me redo it again. Because failure doesn't mean that you're starting from zero. You're starting somewhere. You know, meaning that you kind of fucked up, but you're starting where you're ready. Okay, this is the skills that I acquired.
So why didn't you just quit? Like, okay, do you remember the first art piece you did?
Huh?
Do you remember the first piece of art you did?
That one of the paintings that you have.
Oh, it is? Okay, yeah. But I'm saying like so you set up this table, you like get your gloves on, and you do all these paint, and then you don't like it, right? And so what made you not want to quit painting?
Because I enjoy it. It kind of gave me a little bit of happiness, you know, where like, okay, I get to reset and get away from reality per se. You know, I'm in my zone where like I'm in the concept of flow state where like time doesn't matter. It's just me and being present with this current task at hand. Yeah. And it makes me feel like, okay, there's no such thing as time because like time just fucking flies out the fucking window. Doesn't fucking matter.
Always when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, nothing else matters, dude. And then my attitude, like, it's...
Except when I'm running the warm-up, then you guys are complaining.
Dude, I love your warm-ups. No fucking joke, bro. It sucks. Dude, I hate when people complain. Like, it sucks, but I know in the end, it's going to be fucking good for me. And not only that, I give you props for doing it because, you know, you have to step up out of your plate. You know, you're not the coach, but you still coached us and then you still push us to the limit. And you actually make it worth it because right when I get off class, which is fucking early, I feel fucking good. Not just good, but I feel like, okay, I can sleep. I can fucking sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
I always feel like that too. I think the effort you put in always... Yeah. Like at least when the task is complete, if you honestly gave a full effort, then you feel good.
Yeah. And I think
everyone's effort's different, right?
Yeah. And I think the effort, it equals to attitude. If your attitude is good, your effort will be higher.
You know what it is though? But it's like...
That's why I always smile, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I take away. You know, we were talking about earlier about that Joe Rogan Snoop Dogg interview.
Yeah.
And then Snoop Dogg, like if you watch him evolve, he's like he went from this gangster dude to like, but he says he walks in with good vibes.
Yeah.
I think
his attitude is always...
Before that interview, he was talking somewhere like, I think he was talking about when like Tupac and Nas had beef. And he's like, nah, he goes...
The East Coast, West Coast
Yeah, but he was talking about like, I don't walk in like I used to. I used to walk in like a gangster. He goes, I don't do that. I'm not a gangster anymore. So, but I think like your mental state and your ability to focus on whatever dictates your vibe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Your attitude to whatever environment you're in or whatever task you're doing. Is...
Like if you go to a workout, be like, all right, I'm like, it may not be true, but let's say every day you go work out. Like I'm going to go work out. And I think what you really have to do is tell yourself what you're going to do at what time and where. So it's engraved in your brain. So I'll give you like an example. You're like, okay, every day at 6:00, I'm going to go to 24-hour fitness and I'm going to run on the treadmill for 30 minutes. And this is going to help me relieve my stress from work. Like if you just say those words, whatever task, but like, so now you have a plan and a statement that you must complete.
Yeah.
And maybe you run for 30 minutes, but like you've already told yourself what is those 30 minutes going to do on the treadmill for you?
It's going to make you feel better.
Yeah, relieve your stress, right? And so now your brain is like, oh shit, I said I was going to do this and now I got to do it. So I think sometimes you just have to give yourself a specific task, a place, a time, and what it's going to do so it works for your benefit. It could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Like let's say you're going to be like, okay, on Saturday at 2:00, I'm going to paint a drawing that I really want to do because I just need to relax.
Yeah.
Right. So you walk into that task knowing that, oh, okay, shit, I got to be relaxed. Right.
Yeah.
Or else I'm not going to paint good.
Yeah, I have to have a good attitude approaching that hobby or that task at hand in order for me to give 100% and, you know, creating it.
Yeah.
You know, especially if I want to like manifest that thing. Didn't you know that attitude actually equals to 100%?
Sure.
So you know how like
we already know you're not a good accountant.
So you know like there's 26 letters in the alphabet, right?
Which alphabet though?
the English alphabet. So A is like 1 and then Z is like 26, right? So attitude is actually 1 plus 20 plus 20 plus 9 plus 20 plus 21 plus
all right, thanks
4,
guys. We'll see you guys later.
and plus 5, and it equals to 100. So if your attitude is
Wow.
I know it's a lot of pluses, but I mean if your attitude is, when you approach a problem or if you approach a goal with a good attitude, where like, oh, I'm fucking motivated, I'm fucking pumped, hell yeah, I'm gonna fucking do this task, you're gonna fucking complete that task 100% all the time, and you're gonna complete it with grace.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think you just gotta approach life with a good attitude.
Yeah, you know, like always when you enter a room, you know, like you say, you know, pick up your chest,
Yeah.
you know, pull your back straight.
Every arc
gives you that confidence, and your attitude is like, oh, okay, I see that this guy is pretty confident, so I'm pretty confident in him on delivering something.
What do they say? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
What do they say? You catch more bees with honey than with shit.
What?
I don't know. Probably fucked that up.
I think it's hard to convince a fly that it's eating shit. Yeah, I don't know.
But we got our own quotes that don't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Do you got anything else written down?
Well,
besides your placeholder,
I don't want to go into the concept of ikigai. You know, you ever heard of ikigai?
No. What is
But
that?
since you know you have a lot of vendors or your customers or your like in your business who are Japanese, they embrace that. It's a concept where like they focus on, where like they focus on life, and they become like, you know, a master of whatever craft they're doing. But I don't want to dive into that right now. I'll you know, because it's pretty long. There's a lot of things, and it's very you know, intricate. We should just do a podcast on that in another episode. But yeah, for me, this crystal. So
wow, here we go. I knew there was a reason for you brought that thing.
On a mental note, the reason why I brought this crystal is because for a crystal to be formed, it has to be in pressure.
Okay.
Like pressure and heat and just a lot of friction, right? And for it to become like beautiful, like for example, like a diamond or this crystal right here, you have to focus on it. Like the focus is the heat. It's just pressurizing on that fucking point, and it becomes a fucking crystal.
Bro, do that. Do that again, and then when you get home, you take this video and turn it into that.
But it's a process of crystallizing the goals that you have. You know, when you focus, hyper focus, or like whatever goals that you want, or whatever dreams that you desire, you have to visualize yourself to that point. You know, visualize your future self and see what you could do from, okay, let me do this task at hand and focus on that task, because I know that it's going to help me in the future. Like you said, you know, okay, doing 30 minutes on a treadmill will help me in the future because it will alleviate the stress at the moment, right? So it's like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you, man?
Man, I think life's a garden, and so you can either plant seeds,
Plant
or
weeds.
plant weeds, or you
What
can
kind
just
of weeds, bro?
whatever kind make you happy.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
listen, I'm not opposed to if you want to smoke, as long as you're not
Yeah.
hurting anybody. I don't give a shit, man. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like
munchies, bro.
you have a garden and you're gonna plant seeds or plant weeds,
Yeah.
and so the amount of water dictates what grows, right? Now,
Or whatever you focus your water
this.
on.
Weeds grow no matter fucking what,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to understand that in life, you're always gonna have weeds, and your job is just to make sure your garden is clean. That's why some people spend so much time on their lawn, right? Because it takes time and effort, but your life is the same. So
Like your lawn, bro.
dude, you see it coming up nice and green, bro, because I've been watering it.
It's nice.
But I'm saying, like, you're either going to plant seeds or weeds are going to grow.
Yeah.
And so if you're able to have like more flowers or grass or plants to grow than weeds, then you're doing your job. But just know the weeds are always going to be there.
Yeah.
So you can't be like, oh shit, man, a weed grew. That's okay.
Yeah. Pluck it out, bro.
Yeah, pluck it out, man.
Take it out, bro.
That's why you have
and
to
replace it.
And that's okay. That's life, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my mental note for today.
That's your maintenance.
Yeah.
You maintain your mind.
Yeah, just focus on focus on the small tasks, knowing that there's a big goal.
Yeah. And know that whatever that makes you happy at the moment, especially a small task, you know that it will benefit you in the future.
Yeah.
You know,
100.
either you will, gain some skill or hindsight, whatever, it'll benefit you.
And yeah, and even if you don't complete it, there's still a benefit there somewhere. Yeah.
Still time.
Yeah, still time.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Hell
Woo!
yeah. All right, man. Put your
Crystal.
Crystal.
Look at this shit. Woo!
Let me touch it.